Hello everyone, and welcome back to another YouTube video. It's been a while, but been busy doing lots of different things. So today I'm gonna be preparing chicken foot soup, and I'm going to prep my ingredients. So here I have my chicken foot. You can get, as you see, you can get 2 for £5, local butchers in Stratford. So I'm going to take off the wrapping, and I am going to just gently take the wrapping off here. Better if I use the knife. I'm just going to cut open, and as you can see, really nice color. And I am going to cut the, I call it the ties off, and then place them into my bowl. Not everyone likes chicken foot, but I really love it. And when I do it, I can use up to, it doesn't last basically. So first what I'm going to do is take my chicken foot out one at a time, and I'm gonna take these little bits off. So I'm just cutting them off, as you can see. You gotta be careful with the knife so you don't do damage with your fingers. So this is what it looks like after I take it off. Just going to continue the process. Feel free to comment in the video and to like the video once you have watched it, and to introduce your family and friends. My videos on YouTube is not going to be, just cooking. It's going to be a mixture. So it's going to be like exercise, cooking, some form of baking. And that's what I am aiming to do. Some will be educational also. They like to fly about. Some's going to be educational videos. But I hate doing this bit, but I really love eating it. See? Love eating it, but hate taking it off. I wish they could have done it in the shop, but they're not able to. So you have to just come home and do them yourself. So you just continue to take these off. And I think 2 for £5, it really worth the money. And they're very clean. Continue to just mind your fingers when you do this. My hand's starting to get tired already. Just taking them off. And as you see, when you're doing it, it's just flying everywhere. This is a local butcher in Stratford, right next to the McDonald's. Anyone live in East London, anyone live in Stratford would know exactly what I'm talking. They're very, very clean with their meat, and they're very, very reasonable. Because I know in some areas of London, you won't get two pack of chicken foot for £5. I like to take this little bit off as well, because I don't like seeing it on there. So as you see, I've taken that bit off. I'm almost done cutting them off. It's a job, but who don't like chicken foot? Anybody that said they don't like chicken foot, this is something that when I used to be in Jamaica as a child, I used to love having, especially on Saturdays. Saturday is soup day, and Saturday we're always doing either chicken foot soup, red pea soup, beef soup, know, it's a Saturday tradition, and it's not something that I was doing regular here. But I used to have my soup every Saturday. I'm not going to say by who. And see, it's very difficult to take off. So as you see, just get all this to put in the bin. And there you go. So this is basically what it looks like after I finish cutting it up. Now I am going to wash the chicken foot, so just give me a second. Because I step away from the camera, people might think, oh, she's not washing the chicken foot. Yes, I am washing it. And see, this little bit here, I took that out as well because I don't like having it in there. So I'm just giving it a wash. Giving it a nice wash. And make sure there's no yellow bit. You know, sometimes when you buy your chicken and then it have that little yellow pieces on it, once again, just make sure there's none of that on the chicken foot. Yeah. And I'm gonna just drain it off. I'm gonna give it one more wash. Yeah, one more wash. And then just drain it off. So I am going to set this aside. And I like to also prep the rest of the ingredients that are gonna go into the chicken foot. Now, the chicken foot soup, sorry. So I bought this bit of pumpkin because sometimes when you buy the pumpkin, the color is not nice. And then when you put it in your soup, it doesn't give that rich color. So I don't know if this is going to give it a rich color. You know, a friend of mine told me about a shop in Stratford. I'm not going to name the shop because I'm not promoting them. And this is where I bought this piece of pumpkin. So this piece was, it was I think £1.22, which is not bad. And then, listen, to do chicken foot soup or any type of Jamaican soup is very, very expensive. Then I have my scallion. Some people call it spring onion, whatever. I call it scallion. So you can get 2 of these for £1.50 in Stratford, which I think is quite reasonable. Some people might say it's not. Now I purchased 2 cocoa because I am the only one who's gonna be drinking the soup. My daughter don't drink soup. So 2 cocoa, 1 chocho that I also purchased, as you can see. And I like the soft yam. I don't like the yellow yam. So I purchased a nice piece of soft yam. So I got the pumpkin, the chocho, the yam, and the cocoa. The 2 spring onions. I've already got my thyme and that in. And I also purchased, I always have these handy, but I like to top up. So I also purchased a hot flavor soup by Grace, really good. And I purchased all of this, come to nearly £12. And then the chicken foot, because I'm using 1 pack, call it £3. So you're looking at £15. That's how expensive it is. £15 to cook soup. So what I'm gonna do here now, I like to prep my ingredients before and not wait for the last minute to do everything. So I am going to get rid of this knife. Put the rubbish in here. So now And I'm going to fill this up with a little water because I am going to prep the ingredients, and I'm going to put the ingredients in this bowl ready for my soup. It's easier when you prep, so you're not stopping to get things. So I am going to place this bowl over here, and I'm going to wash my hands because I was using the chicken foot. So I'm going to wash my hands at the sink. I'm going to dry them. Don't mind the stones. If they fall in there, it's fine. I'm the only one drinking the soup. So the first thing I'm going to do is peel the cocoa. I've got arthritis in my hand, so it's very difficult when I'm peeling things. I don't want to use the peeler, even though it would be quicker. These nails as well don't help. They're manageable, but that's me. The other ingredients that I am going to put into my chicken foot soup, I love corn. So you guys will see when I'm putting that in. I love okra. So I would normally put my okra in about 5 minutes before my soup finished boiled. Because I don't like when it boils all the way out. Now I know you can't fully see my face because I want you to see what I'm doing. And just get rid of, see? And then I'm gonna, just cut it into 2. And then I would cut this piece into probably 4 because I'm the only one eating it. You don't have to have them big. Place them in there and cut this one into 2. So I'm peeling the second one. These are very expensive. They sell them in the Asian shops, but they have a completely different name for it. I can't remember the name because I remember one Saturday I wanted to cook soup so bad and I didn't buy the ingredients. I think I'm peeling this too much. I didn't buy the ingredients and I went walking to look for all the cocoa in Upton Park. And I was asking them, oh, do you have any cocoa? Do you have any cocoa? Do you have any cocoa? And they keep saying no. And I couldn't see it right in front of me. But because it had a different name on there, I didn't actually know that's what it was. And it's not sounding dumb or anything like that because every country have a different name for different food. So, all right, so I'm going to cut it. See? Then I'm going to cut it again. So I got 2 out of that piece. And I'm going to cut this again. Now, where my scallion is concerned, let me just wipe my hands off. Where my scallion is concerned, I like to use 1 stalk to do the soup. We'll just cut this bit off. I'll give it a wash as well because you don't know what is developed in this. So I'm gonna just wash it off. As you can see, I have washed it. So I'm gonna actually get a bowl and I'm gonna cut it to put in the pot because I've already put the thyme in the pot. And this is the pot I'm gonna be using, guys. As you see, I've got my pepper in there and my thyme, and I'm gonna put my scallion in as well. It's nice to have some thyme. So I'm just gonna cut this up. You don't have to cut it up if you don't want to. You can just use a cup or a bottle and beat it. So you're not really, cutting it up. But you can cut it up if you want. I like to cut it up. So when your soup is boiling, you can smell the niceness that's coming from this. I can smell it already, and I haven't actually started boiling. So as you see, I've washed the scallion, which they call spring onion, and I've washed it, cut it up, and I'm gonna put it in the pot that I'm actually going to use to do my soup. Now, I've put 1 Scotch bonnet. Now this is very, very hot, guys, so they always say try not to let it burst in the pot, but mine always bursts. If you can take the heat, it's fine. I cut up my thyme because I don't like when I'm drinking my soup that I have this long piece of thyme coming down in my mouth. And I'm gonna pour this in. Okay, I'm gonna fill this up with some water. So I'm just filling the pot up with some water to put on the cooker to get it boiling. And what I like to do as well, so as you see, let me put this on. What I like to do as well is I like to boil out some of my pumpkin. Like I'll cut up the pumpkin and the chocho. So what I normally do, I would peel my chocho. Just peel it. Chocho is very good for you. Very, very good. I think it's also linked with, they said that it can help with high blood pressure. I have got no idea. That's what I heard. So I just peel my chocho. I just here purchased 1 because I don't want to do a lot of soup. Because it's just, I'm just the only one who's going to be drinking the soup. But what I tend to do when I do my soup, because I love the soup, I can drink this through the whole week. So I will put it in container and I will put it in the freezer. One thing I forgot to do, I forgot to get carrot to put in my soup. Well, you don't have to put carrot if you don't want to. It's optional. You can put whatever you want in it. It is optional. You don't have to put everything in. So as you see, I've peeled it, and as you can see, this bit here, this is where I'm gonna slice from. And careful not to cut myself. Yep, slice it around, and as you see, it is open up. So we're gonna take out this bit here, and we're gonna clean up around the sides. Just take out this bit. Yep. Take that bit off. Chocho is very, very expensive. Very expensive. 1 little chocho. And everything they weigh. Have you guys noticed it? They weigh everything now. Mango. Everything is a weighing. And you'll be shocked at the prices. So what I'm going to do, I like to have some of my chocho big to eat. So I will cut it like this. And I'll just cut it in some pieces. But I'm also going to dice the other piece. So when I dice the other piece, that will actually boil out with the pumpkin. So dice. So I'm just going to put it in with the rest of the ingredients. So this piece now, I am going to dice it. So just give it some cuts. I am crappy at cutting stuff. I always do them uneven. And then we're going to do it like this. You know, like when you do coconut. Look, I got them going all over the place. Don't worry, it's on my countertop. And you can cut it this way as well. And you just slice it up like this. So you get in little dice. This is what will actually boil out. And you just carry on. Should I buy another one, but it's gone bad already. And then you just continue to dice. Very good for you. It's very, very nice as well. I've seen sometimes people fry chocho. I've never done it before, but I think it's something that I am going to try. So as you see, it's going great. As you can see, the chicken foot has been boiling for a while, along with the scallion, thyme, pumpkin, and chocho, which I originally diced, and your spring onions. Now, I did say the pumpkin is not that nice. You don't get that rich yellow color or orangey when you boil soup. So this is the color it's giving off. So in here, this is how the pumpkin look. So I'd originally diced some to put in, and then I have my corn that I'm gonna put in very soon, and my chocho. I've already put in 1 pack of cock soup, and now I'm gonna add a chicken stock. I'm also gonna have a little black pepper just to give it a little bit of seasoning, and I'm using the coarse black pepper. I'm also adding in some seasoned oil seasoning. Again, that will give it some nice flavor. I'm not putting any salt, because when you put salt, there's already salt in the seasoning. So I'm not actually putting any salt. So I'm gonna give it a little stir. My okra will go in last. So sometimes I get fresh okra, and another time I just buy it in the packet. So I decided to get the packet okra. So I've got half in this pack, and I'm gonna put another half in this pack, but I'm gonna put it 5 minutes before the soup is actually finished. So I wanna give it a taste, just to see what it tastes like right now. Put it in my hand. Tastes really good, very peppery. Tastes good. So while it continues to boil, I'm gonna add a oxtail stock cube in the mix to continue to give it a bit more flavor. So I have the oxtail stock cube, and let it go and boil. You can see the chicken foot very cooking. Could do it a little bit more cooking, but as you can see, it's falling off the bone. So I can start adding in my other stuff. Let me get a towel. So while that is boiling now, I'm gonna add in my pumpkin and all the other ingredients to cook. I'm just adding them in. Pumpkin, chocho, yam. The corn I will put in also. And the okra, that will be 5 minutes before I complete boiling. So you see the pot is falling up a bit. Very nicely. Put the rest in. I didn't get any carrot, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. I did not remember the carrot. So it's gonna have to cook without carrot today. Continue to put that in. I'll just wash my hands. Wash my hands. Dry. And I'm gonna give it a bit of stir, so it can, it's not looking too bad. Stir. Then I'm gonna cover it while it continues to cook. I'm not gonna cover it all the way because I don't want it to boil over. So I'm gonna put some of the okra in this container. So that's what I'm gonna use later. And I like using this one. It's off. Even though it's frozen, it's still useful. Yep. And that will go in 5 minutes before cooking complete. I'm gonna also put the corn in. So that's my okra waiting to go in. Let's just tidy up a bit while I go along. I like to tidy up while I go along. I don't like to move stuff around. Let's tidy up. So the corn is gonna go in last, guys. Put this under here. When this boil up, then I will add in the corn. I want it to boil down a bit. You can see from here, see the pumpkin, but I would have rather the soup have a bit more color, but the pumpkin is the one that not that rich in color. So as you continue to see, the chicken foot is coming off the bone, which that's exactly what you want. You want to boil it out till it's coming off. So when you're eating it, it's just succulent off the bone. So I'm gonna cover that. Now I can put the corn in the okra, okay, that's gonna go in after. So I can wash up. I like to wash up as I go along. I don't like to leave dirty stuff hanging about. So let me open it so you guys can see the inside of it in the meantime, while I just do some quick washing up. Just watch it cooking. Let me just wash up, because I don't like to have dirty dishes hanging around. So I'm just washing up. So just watch the soup boil in the meantime. So I'm just wiping down my surface area. put this in my freezer. I like to use my Zaflora to do my cleaning down. Just to clean off your surface. It smells nice too. Let's put this nearby. And one thing I like doing when I'm cooking is to have a clean cooker. I like to make sure my cooker top is clean. So I like to wipe as I also go on. So I can see now the pot is bubbling, bubbling. I can't wait to drink this soup. The smell, it smells so good. I wish you could just smell it. Give it a little bit of stir. This won't take long to cook because these are the easiest parts. The chicken foot was the most difficult bit. So these won't take long. So in the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna add in the corn and then I'll cover it. So it can boil up more. So I'm gonna put it over here ready. I like to have my stuff nearby. I'll just do a little clean down. I like doing it. I have my towel handy. Over here. And I like to wash the pot cover off because I don't like having it. So I'm just washing it to put it back on. So I'm just gonna off cover it while it's doing that. Just turn it down a little bit because you don't want it to boil over. Boil over. You want it to just have a nice boil. So as you can see, I'm getting my bowl ready. Just getting my bowl ready and my spoon. So as soon as this boils, I am going to have a bowl. Just have my phone next to me here. When you're cooking, guys, always clean down as you go along. Not a lot of people do that, can multitask that way. So when you do your ingredients, just wipe down your surface. Just keep everything clean. So by the time you finish cooking, you don't have to be doing all this cleaning down. Turn down the cooker a little. Just wipe it off. So while the soup is boiling, let's just reason. How many people, or should I say, how many of you out there always have soup on a Saturday when you're back in Jamaica? Because I know I always have soup. If it's not chicken foot soup, it's beef soup, red pea soup. I used to love red pea soup, but now I can't drink red pea soup. When I drink the red pea soup, it burns my chest. So I just stick to the chicken foot soup. But how many of you out there and still do it now, that every Saturday you would make your soup, you know, or prawn soup? You can do prawn soup as well. It doesn't have to be chicken foot, beef, or oxtail soup. It doesn't have to just be that. You know what I used to like as well on Saturdays? It's like we'll get ready to go to river. I will pack up all the dirty clothes and we'll get up early in the morning with your neighbors and all the neighbors' kids, and we'll go river. We bring pot because you know that you're gonna catch janga. Janga, them call it prawn. So you know we're gonna catch janga when we're done wash and we bathe and we spread out the clothes them on the ground, and then you put the stone on top of the clothes at each corner and one in the middle, so it don't the breeze don't blow it, and then the sun just beat through it and dry it. And then while that is going on, cooking is going on, whether it's dumpling and chicken back or whatever prawn you catch or janga as we call it, that will be cooking on the side. Your ear wash. By the time we don't eat, we wash up pots, wash out the pot them, dry them up, fold up the clothes them, and you go home. How many of you used to do that? That's one of the things that I miss about Jamaica. Those days were nice days. You know, you can just go with your neighbors, and that's nice. Let's have a look at this pot. Yeah, so we're doing good. It is still coming along. So now I'm gonna add the corn. It's gonna fill it up, but let's add the corn. So I'm using frozen corn from the bag. So I already had it out overnight because I don't want to put it in the pot like frozen. So I'm using 4 pieces. I couldn't be bothered to cut it, so I just put 4 pieces in. And then I just give that a little stir. Give that a little stir. Yeah, and as you see, it's full at the minute. It is full. So I'm just gonna off cover it while it's still boiling. And then we'll see the finished product soon. So the pot continued to boil. Let's see. So I'm gonna get a fork now just to check the food while it's boiled. So these need to boil a little bit more. That's the chocha. The yam, it's not bad. The pumpkin's already boiled. I also like to put a little thickening in it so it's not watery. So the color didn't come out too bad. Let's just give it a taste again. See what we're dealing with here. So I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. Not too much. Even though I wasn't gonna put at the beginning, but I'm just gonna add this much. And then just see how it tastes. Look at my chicken foot, guys. Look, look, look. Just look at that coming off the bone. Yeah, let's just taste. It's a little bit more salt. The seasoning does have salt in it, but this just needs just a tiny bit more, just to give it that flavor. I'm gonna wash the spoon because I dipped it in before. Yes, I did wash the spoon. So I'm just gonna try again. That's so good. Wash my hands. Get them a dry. That tastes, I'm not gonna lie, that tastes real good. So while that is boiling, I'm gonna cover it. Not all the way, because I don't want it to boil over. I am going to mix a little bit of flour with water, because I want it to have a little, I don't want it to be too watery. I want it to have a little thickness. So I'm using some plain flour. Let me get my water ready. So as you see, I am not using a lot of water, just about that much. And then I'm gonna put about that much of flour. Just gonna mix out all the lumps, because you don't want to have a lump in it, because I don't like to put dumpling in my soup, so I'm not gonna put dumpling in. I like it without dumpling. If someone make it and give it to me with dumpling, yes, but when I'm doing it, I don't like putting dumpling in it. I don't know, so for some reason the flour here is a bit, doesn't matter how many times you make it, it's a bit, I find it to be a bit soft, unless you put cornmeal in it to give it that harden, or you can put cassava in it, so you can have cassava dumpling in it. But you don't have to, it's optional. This is just my way of doing it. So it seems like I'm gonna have soup for days. So now that all the bits, the lumps are out of the flour, I am gonna pour it in and then give it a stir. Pour it in the middle. And then give it a stir. I'm not gonna lie, this is not looking too bad. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Doesn't take long. I say in about 10 minutes I'm gonna add my okra. But my chicken is coming off, and that's exactly how I like it. Look, see, it's breaking up. See, look, that's exactly what I want. I'm gonna cover it all the way and just turn it. I won't turn it up because I don't want it to boil over. So I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna wash my bowl, because this is the bowl I'm gonna have it in. So I'm just washing it. Let me get another towel. So this is a separate towel that I'm using to dry. This is the one I used to wipe my hand, because you know people like to criticize and say, oh, but you're using the same towel you used to dry your hands to wipe the bowl. No, I have one towel for drying and one for me to wipe my hands, and I change my towels daily. So I always have 2 towels in the kitchen. So once I'm finished with these ones, they will actually go in the wash. So this is the drying. And this one to wipe my hands, because you people like to criticize everything that you see. Again, I'm just wiping my stove. I don't like dirty place or dirty kitchen. So Maybe I'm a clean freak, I don't know. But I like to clean as I go along. I don't like to see. And when you're cooking, guys, you always make sure you're cleaning your surface as you go along. Don't just leave everything. I don't like when kitchen look messy. So always clean as you go along. Now I give it that time to boil up, so I'm gonna check on it and then see if I can add my okra. Whoa, I don't want it to stick, so you just give it a little stir. I'm going to check my food again. So check like the yam and the chocha. You don't want the chocha to boil out too much either. You don't want it to become soft. Let me just check that. So the chocha need at least about another 10 minutes. Chocha need 10 more minutes. Ooh. And then I'll put the okra in. You can comment below this video. Just comment and tell me what you like cooking on a Saturday, or what does your family cook on a Saturday, because not everybody cook on a Saturday. I don't cook every Saturday, but sometimes when I get the urge like I need some soup, then I just make it. You have people cook 7 days a week. I don't cook 7 days a week. I work Monday to Friday. And I do my side also selling #7 Naturals detox tea, onion ear growth oil, facial care, you know, collagen, arthritis balm, CBD balms. So if you do want to purchase any of those products, you can hook me up on 07983 254 664. Now the detox tea is absolutely amazing. I also do uterine blend. That's for anybody who have fibroids. I suffer from fibroids, so I use the uterine blend and it helps with your pain. It helps detach them, and you'll be amazed. The detox tea give you that glow as well. It helped me with pain. It helped my hair grow. The onion ear growth oil helped my hair to grow as well. I know I'm cooking, but you know, I'm talking about hair and I'm talking about other product. But it's just to introduce my products to you as well. And if you do want to purchase, you can also find me on Facebook under Kerry Lee. And you can leave me a message there as well. So that's just another thing that I do. I also do brownies, and I am gonna be experimenting with different types of brownies. At the moment, I'm doing chocolate chip brownies, and I am going to experiment with different fruits like strawberry brownies, blueberry brownies, nut brownies. I'm gonna also try and learn how to do vegan, because there's a lot of vegan people around. And if people want to order for Easter, for anybody's birthdays, I can do that as well. Hampers, I also do hampers. So if it's someone's birthday, I do hampers. So the hampers, I can incorporate the hampers with Devon Natural product along with other products and brownies. I also do rum cake if people want to purchase rum cake, but you have to be willing to pay the price, because liquor is very expensive. So you have to be willing to pay the price for the rum cake, you know. Yes, so brownies, the prices are going up come New Year. So I used to charge like a single, if someone want to purchase one, say I'm selling somewhere and it's one, it would be £2.50. If they want to purchase a box of 10, that would be like £20. So now for a box of 10, it will be £30. And I'm just gonna stick to, if they want to purchase one, it's gonna be £3. I'm just gonna stick to it like that. I'm not gonna do like $2.50 and I'm just gonna stick to one price. Depending on what they want as well. If it's like chocolate chip brownies, If it's with different fruits, it's gonna be a little bit more, but you can DM me, and I'll get back to you whichever product you want to purchase from me. So let's get back and look at this soup. Well, I chat a lot about my other stuff, but that's for another day. So as you see, my soup is coming along really well, and I am going to now add my okra. I'm gonna wash my hands because I had it on my face. So I'm gonna add my okra. I didn't use fresh okra, as I said at the beginning of the video. I actually used the frozen okra. So I am gonna be putting it in now. I like to put it in almost at the end because I don't like the sliminess of the okra. When it's cooked too much, I don't like it. So I like it to still have that little crunch to it. So I'm gonna give this a little stir. So as you see, the pot is now full up. I'm gonna give it a little stir, and I'm gonna cover it and let it cook for another 5 minutes, because that's how long I want the okra to cook for. I don't want it to cook for longer than that. So I'm gonna partially cover it, give it 5 minutes. While that is going, I'm gonna wash my container. Whoa. I'm just gonna dry them so I can put them away, so I don't have them sitting around. So let's dry the containers, put them away. Then my next video is gonna be baking rum cake. I didn't do any over the holidays, so I'm gonna just put these away. I'm gonna do one. Sorry about the noise. Well, that's just how it is. I'm in the kitchen, so that's where you get that noise. And I'm not editing in this video. This video is going to be exactly as I have it here. So tomorrow I will get all my baking stuff. I'm going to have to go out and get the red label wine. I've got everything else, but not the red label wine. So I'm going to have to go out and purchase that. Yeah. Give it about 3 more minutes, and then you're going to see the finished product. I'm going to dish some up, and I am going to have that for my lunch. I like to wipe down. I'm going to get my detox tea ready for tomorrow. Let's just wipe down. Let's get rid of this. Get my water. See, I've got a specific pot for my detox tea. So I'm just preparing it for tomorrow. So when I get up and need it, I don't have to be messing about. I'm going to be covering it as well. So I'm using 1 teaspoon of Alki Detox. So this is the tea I was talking about, the Alki Detox, the Zeva Naturals Alki Detox, and it's absolutely amazing. You need 1 teaspoon, and you can boil it 3 times, And the good thing about it, you don't waste anything. All the bits that you boil, you can put it in your yogurt, you can put it in your smoothies, you can do whatever you want with it. This tea here is 100% detox. It don't let you do number 2, you just do number 1. And it get rid of belly fat, guys. It get rid of stubborn belly fat, and it help you to glow. So that's the best. So if, as I said in the video, if you do want to purchase one of these, you can call me on 07983 254 664, or you can contact me on Facebook Messenger. You know, you see a different number, but it's still me. I can do postage and drop off. Okay, so enough of that now. So let me just put this to one side here, which I'm gonna cover in a minute. And I'm gonna check on my soup. I'm so excited, guys. Ooh, look at that. Now that's exactly how I want it. So now my soup is finished. So I am going to turn it off. And I'm gonna dish some up, because that's what I'm gonna have today. Ooh, look at that. Look at that, guys. So I'm just gonna dish it up. Try not to mess up the... Try and get some pumpkin in. It is quite hot, so I'm just gonna put it on the side here. Get some yam in, get some chocho, and just get a little bit of everything in. Ooh, don't want to do... Look at that, guys. And I'm gonna put a bit of corn in it also. A little bit more juice. Yeah. And it is, wow, that's hot. Wipe it down. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Just look at that. Look at that. Right, so now let me just cover back this pot. Move it over here. Look at that. Oh. Let me just bring the video closer so you can see what I'm talking about, guys. Can you see? No, you can't. Right, let me just put it here. Can you see that? Look at that. Look at that. So I'm just gonna try a little bit and see what it tastes like. Just give me a second. Oh my god, look at that. See? Look at that. And that's my chicken foot.